Hello and welcome to the Warhammer Community News Roundup with Why I Love Warhammer, and it is the 18th of March 2024. Let's go through the last week of updates. So, started out with some Necromunda, and we have rats. I've seen a lot of murmurings online that this is going to be like a Skaven in 40k thing, which has not been received as a very popular update, but as someone who loves the Skaven in every format, I'll take what I can get. And what I'm unclear about is if this is like a new gang. Um, yeah, the Outland Beastmaster. So yeah, I'm unclear if this is a new gang or not. Because if it's a new gang, great. I've got an entry point to Necromunda with, with totally not Skaven guys. Um, Otherwise, I'll keep fantasizing about running the Ironhead Squat Prospectors. But yeah, very happy to see them. They're a bit less furry than their fantasy era counterparts, but very chuffed to see them. And I know that's not a popular opinion, but hype for these guys. Battle suits. A part of me was getting a bit worried that the Tower were going to have the battle suits ignored because that was meant to be one of the big things they were kind of adopting over the last few editions. So it's nice to see that they've added in some rules for 10th edition regarding the Tower battle suits. And I've seen some people say that having these be three different data sheets is kind of punishing people for not magnetizing. I kind of view it as you can now run more battle suits. Hopefully that stays. Because yeah, I think that I'm someone who likes to spam units, so being able to spam more battle suits just fits my personal list building style very nicely. Okay, Adepticon. I probably won't be live streaming Adepticon as much as I'd like to. It's at 3 a.m. on a Thursday. I might be able. Stay tuned for the community tab on this channel to see if I'm gonna be live streaming this one because I could combine it with my painting live stream. Anyway, so yeah, Adepticon, and this is clearly Ossiarch Bone Reapers. My prediction is that the Ossiarch Bone Reapers versus the Stormcast Eternals will be the next starter box for Age of Sigmar. A rumor engine, honestly, as much as I think these are a bit stupid and pointless, I'm going to guess Lumineth Realm Lords new HQ unit. Some stuff with the Mirrored City. I love these Gloomspite models. I love the Winged Squig. I love the Mushroom Troggoth. And yeah, these guys I think are amazing. I think Warhammer Underworlds is such a fun miniatures range for that game system. Thorns of the Briar Queen, I have long thought about picking up for myself. I love this rose whip. I think that's just beautiful. It's actually this kit that taught me that Briar was a type of rose, for better and worse. And then some more of my Skaven boys. Again, I just think these guys are really cool. I think this is a really fascinating weapon here. This guy looks like every weeb I went to school with and was friends with. So yeah, very, very excited about the new Warhammer Underworld stuff. I think it's just a good move to have just four in one go because it means it's easy to bring people into the game. You can get two relatively easily or four very relatively easily and get people on board. And so use some of my models lowers that barrier to entry into the game. Okay, interview, designing the Crew Hunting Pack. Basically, the short version is, yay, we got to give these ancient models a bit of an upscale with modern technology and sculpting techniques, and yeah, three different types of shaper. I think Crew potentially will deserve their own codex at some point. At this point, they have about the same number of models in their range as a lot of full Age of Sigmar armies. Um, Now, if you think that's not justification enough to give them their own codex, fair enough. Please say so in the comments. But I think that, yeah, they're very much expanded. I still wish we had a bit more stuff with the Vespids, but that's just me. I think that Kroot are beautiful and amazing, and if you watch my Why I Love Tau video, which I think was one of my first videos I did using the current format rather than me rambling into a webcam, um, you know just how much I do sincerely love the Kroot. I love the aesthetic. I love the bird-like nature of them, the dinosaur-like nature of them. This kind of taking on the form of whatever they're consuming nature of them, I think is just glorious. I love the quills give me Native American Indian vibes, and I just think they are glorious creatures. I'm really happy they've been given this focus. Um, interview regarding writing one of the books. If it's something that interests you, go for it. It wasn't really my cup of tea. Okay, Broken Lance. I was a bit saddened that Broken Lance was a one shot. If I go to a new tab, Warhammer Plus shows, and what I want to do is get to the really old community post they did. 2024. There's this really old post. Yeah, 2021. Here we are. Nope. So there was basically this ages ago, like when Warhammer Plus was first launching. They had this picture of all the shows they were going to be putting in place. Here we are. Thank you, Bell of Lost Souls. So, Pariah Nexus 3-part series, Exodite 1-part series, Interrogator was like 12 episodes, Angels of Death ran for 2 seasons, Hammer and Bolter is ongoing, Broken Lance 1 episode, Black Talon miniseries, Iron Within was 1 episode. We've not had Astartes 2, we've not had High Lords. That's 2. I'm just going to double check, have we had Altar of Wrath? I think Altar of Wrath might have been did we get Altar of Wrath? Rhythm School animations. So yeah, we never got Altar of Wrath. So we've got three TV shows we just that have been advertised that just never came out that could well just be like a one-shot thing. Battle Report was interesting, seeing Kroot versus the Guard. It felt very Predator. I feel like that's what they were going for. Okay, Middle Earth Strategy Battle Game Tournament. It's interesting to me that the big grand tournaments are only ever like 700 points. It makes it very interesting to try and list build. Because like this guy's running what 1, 2, 4, 6, 18, 19, 22, 28 models. And then 1, 6, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 23, 24, 30 models. So he's got 58 models total in his entire list he's bringing. And that's about the same as a full 2,000 point 40k army. And it's across 2 armies of good and evil, which I think is I think that technique should be adopted in wider tournaments. And yeah, you both bring 2 smaller armies. I think that, but yeah, I just find it endlessly fascinating the size of the armies, and that 700 points is the standard. Don't mind that. That's just an arm. So yeah, but endlessly fascinated by this, and it's good that we're getting a little bit more support for Middle Earth because it's a really good game. It's such a good entry point to the series, to Warhammer as a world, as an avenue for miniature wargaming. Just really happy to see support, and yeah, just endlessly fascinated to see these tournament topping lists. For the record, none of these would be the lists I run. I would be running a list that heavily focuses on Tom Bombadil for my forces of good. Tom Bombadil and or Dead of Dunharrow, and for my evil, it's going to be a Sauron and Ringwraith list. Anyway, Meta Watch for Age of Sigmar. To be honest, the thing I live for is the percentage win rates. It's just how they're updating the rules. I feel like if I played a lot more Age of Sigmar, I'd be very much more up on the specific changes. But yeah, Sons of Behemoth seem like they're being strong as well, which I'm very happy about. Heresy Thursday, some more Solar Auxiliary units, which is cool. I do find these articles are getting slimmer as time goes on. Got one, two, three, what, five, 6 paragraphs now. These things used to go for quite a way. It makes me worry a little bit that the system that kind of they're trying to they've got 2 game systems, Force Heresy and Legions Imperialis, that they're just not quite getting the content in anymore. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they should expand Legions Imperialis out to more races, bring in the Orcs, for example, or the Squats, or all the other forces that they had back in Epic. Because I love the Squat train. Painting the Kroot hunting pack, I just love seeing these painting showcases. This one's the traditional paint job as far as I'm concerned. It's that specific shade of green. I love this shading on the on the I want to say Narlog, but Krutox. That's the word I'm looking for. But then like all the pink ones I think are glorious as well. The sheer variety you get within the Kroot is just a phenomenal thing. I love seeing all the different paint jobs, all the different color schemes on display. A bit of a hype piece about the new Death Gorge set with this werewolf guy and this awesome kind of necromancer deal. And I've got the war scroll for him there. I like seeing the support these smaller boxed games get, because again, I think that they just have so much creativity in these boxed games, and I love being able to move the models across the hexagonal board. I think it just works really beautifully. A quick guide on painting up the Kroot, and see this, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 paints for this paint job. I feel like is a lot more realistic for your average hobbyist. Like if you're going to have an entirely Kroot army, having 7 paints feels a lot more tangible than having some huge number of paints. Then bases, the bellies as well. I think this is a far nicer guide. I advocate for this type of painting guide rather than base 4 paint, soft shade 12. It's an exaggeration, but it often feels that way for some of the paint guides. This feels a lot nicer. And I'm God hoping those are decals. Please let those be decals. Like I really admire people who can paint these, but decals are the way for so many of us. I love these calamanders, especially this one here. I love the pose. I love the fiery nature of it. Next chapter of Dawnbringers. We're on chapter 24. Is that? Yeah, at chapter 24. We're feels like we're getting a full novel out of them for just Dawnbringers. Okay, Saturday pre-orders. The Kroot hunting pack. Now, I've seen a few people suggest that the Kroot hunting pack is not going to be as successful as a FOMO box's other things. Still saying available while stocks last. Maybe they're fixing pre-orders and they're just going to be make them to meet demand. It's unlikely, but man can dream. These guys up for pre-order: the Death Gorge, Mirrored City. These four at long last. More Necromunda. I feel like there are so many Necromunda releases. It almost feels like Games Workshop's most supported game at this point. Sunday preview, hype. I'm extremely excited by the orcs and goblins in the old world. I'm almost sad. I hope we get a few hype pieces about them this week in the Warhammer community pages, because we had so much. There's so much anticipation for the old world, and I think it'd be a crying shame if it kind of went out with a whimper. After just the big launch and then just relegated to the sidelines, because there's so much potential with that world. There was so much potential they didn't quite get to live up to when it was Warhammer Fantasy, and just bringing these guys back, the opportunity to tell stories, have games, update the rules in that world, I think is so important. This guy coming back, this huge gargant, giant for old world, but he has rules for for Age of Sigmar. So yeah, very happy to see these guys getting their pre-order. New Black Book for Horus Heresy, some Solar Auxilia stuff. Malkador Heavy Tank, this looks awesome. Troop Transport, another ATST, and some decals. I like Library, and then these two: Citadel Color Masterclass, Object Source Lighting. I'd be very looking forward to this, because that's one I'd love to get better at. And Crethusa. I found this one endlessly fascinating since the reveal, and really looking forward to the Lore Masters on it. 2 this week, just Lore Masters and Citadel Color Masterclass. So looking forward to these on Wednesday. And now we have the next tease for Adepticon for what I genuinely think is Age of Sigmar 4. If it follows 40k, then every even-numbered edition is going to be a radical change. So let's see what happens. With that, I will end the stream there. If you want to like this video for more positivity and hype in your feed, please drop this video a like. If you'd like to hit the subscribe button, I'd really appreciate that too. Drop me a comment with your views on the Warhammer related news of the week, and I will see you next time. And until then, I hope you are all having a really good day.